All right, I'm going to do peer assignment 2. And if we look at that, it's to write a conversion program that converts inches to centimeters. And we want to make sure that it has an introduction saying that what it does. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new file here. And I'm going to show you something about a comment that you probably haven't seen before. If you do 3 single quotes, it gives you a block comment. So I'm going to say that this is peer programming exercise. Let's see, I always put that in there. Exercise 2. And it is going to be basically converts inches to centimeters. And it is going to be by me. And I'll put in the date, which will be earlier than your dates, but okay. And then I do the 3 single quotes again, and then my quote is closed. I'm going to do something else that you haven't seen before. I am going to make a constant. So I am going to do conversion inches to centimeters equals 2.54. All right, constants traditionally are their value that isn't going to change, and traditionally they're all in caps. Noticed I used the underscores to separate the words. You don't have to do that, but it makes it easier to read when it's all caps. So the reason you would do this is to keep it so you don't have magic numbers. Because we could, in the equation, we could just say 12 times 2.54. But somebody looking at that might say, where did the 2.54 comes from? What does it mean? That's called a magic number. We don't want magic numbers. You want numbers to be described. And this describes what that conversion factor is. I did it outside of the method. I'm going to do def main here. It is still available. It'll be seen because it's global scale being outside of a method. It'll be visible. So inside the method, we always want to say what we're going to do. So I'm going to print this program converts, spell it right, inches to centimeters. Okay, so that will tell the user what the program does. Okay, and then I am going to get the inches. So I'm going to call it inches. Your variables should be easy to read and mean something. So inches is going to store how many inches we take in. I'm going to do a vowel because we're looking for a number, and then input, and then I'll say enter the number of inches. Okay, and I will give it a space here just to so there's a room between the prompt and the value. Okay, so now I'm going to do the equation. Centimeters equals inches, that's our variable that we just did up above, times our conversion. So I'm going to do conversion inches to centimeters. It's long, but it's clear what's going on now. You know, with the words it's much clearer with the variables than it is with just the numbers. And then I want to print the results. And I'm going to do a little bit more elaborate print than I did last time. I'm going to print inches, comma, and I'm going to do a quote with a space because otherwise it'll round. Well, actually, I'm not sure we need a space here. So I'm going to say inches, and then I'm going to say equals, and then I'm going to do a comma and say centimeters. Okay, and then another comma, and then I'm going to start a quote and write the word centimeters. Okay, so what it will do is it will read and say the inches, whatever number of inches we have, and then we'll say it that it's inches, equals the centimeters, the result of the equation, and then we'll tell it that it is centimeters. So now I'm going to do main. Couple of things I'm not sure I said last time. Notice that main is back on the same level as the def. If it isn't, if for some reason that it's indented like that, it won't run because it's just part of this main here. This, whenever you want something to be a new command, not part of a block, you need to return it to the margin. Indentation is everything in Python. So this is our whole program, but we'll have to save it. So I'm going to do File, Save As. I'm going to go to this PC, Documents, and I have a thing called ITC. So Python, I have Python programs. Seems like I had another one. I will do it in Python programs if I don't. I forget where I put the other one. Alright, let's just put it in Python. Python programs. And I will do it as conversion to, let's do inches to centimeters. Okay, so it'll be inches to centimeters dot pi. So I'm going to run this, and it asks me for the number of inches. So it gives us our prompt. It asks for the number of inches. I'm going to do 12. Let's see how many centimeters there is in a foot. And I press that, and it says 12 inches equals 30.48 centimeters. Okay, so you can see that this is the inches, the variable that we did. This is the text that we entered. The 3048 is the centimeters variable, and then the word centimeters that we added to that. Okay, so that is this pure programming exercise, and I'm going to stop it.